There is something in common between everyone, no matter what our differences are, and it's something that can be said in a single word: dreams. Everyone has a dream, no matter how big or how small they are. People always sit down and imagine a future where they are happy and do what they want to do. Now, while that is common within us, how many of us actually decide to do something with it? What happens when someone decides not to believe in the linear lifestyle and makes their own path? We suddenly realize how much we believe in our comfort because people suddenly turn on us. People never get any respect when they want to follow their dreams. And why is that? What makes people think like this? You see, I'm actually back at my folks' home where I grew up, an area where despite my large dreams, no one around me really shared those beliefs, which really made me feel alone for a lot of my childhood. This is an area where I had a dream that no one else shared. This is why I spent a lot of time in this room instead of doing what other kids were doing at the time. And revisiting the streets I grew up on has made me curious. What do people around me think about dreams? And that's something I want to know. And today, we're gonna ask people what they think of people who follow their dreams and if they respect them. I have no idea how they will react, but let's see what happens. The only problem is, I have social anxiety. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, you heard me. I'm making a video where I need to interview people when I'm afraid of approaching people in real life. Like, what was I thinking? That's what I thought on my drive to make this. I only make videos at my home, and I never went outside beyond my comfort zone, fully showcasing this side of myself. But that's why I wanted to do this. I want to make more challenging content, and that's the single thing that motivated me to stay persistent, no matter what doubts was gonna crawl in my head. So I arrived, and then I realized I had to pay $4 for parking. Please subscribe to me. I don't make any money off these videos. I'm just an aspiring creator. When I started walking and observing the location, the amount of people present really scared me, which made the idea of walking up to someone infinitely harder. I'm not quitting this, guys. I'm not quitting this. Come on, we're gonna do this. My biggest problem is I just don't know how to go up to people and like start a conversation. For me, for some reason, it just feels like the most mentally impairing shit. I was so shy to approach a stranger with the idea of appearing to what I perceived to be a dumb video. I wasted so much time aimlessly walking around, chilling in random locations, and more aimless walking. Honestly, by a certain point, I was really losing hope I could even do this, and I really just considered going home. But I knew I had to do this, and that I already had $4 on the line. Once I set my sight on the first person I saw, I approached them, and the rest became history. Do you know anyone in your personal life that try to follow their passions? Like, how do you like react to them when they said to you like, oh, I'm trying to do X thing?
No, actually I didn't. I knew a lot of people who were not following their dreams.
I actually push them to do exactly what they want. I don't tell them like it's bad or anything. If they want to do it, they just do it.
I had really adventurous people in my life, but I don't think they were following their dreams as much.
I think that everyone should follow their dreams no matter how big. I mean, if someone comes to me with like a crazy idea, I'm all for it. We'll be your #1 supporters no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. We got some supporters here. Why do you think people have like such a hard time like following their passion? Like, what prevents them from like taking action and doing the thing they really want to do?
Self-doubt.
They'll be like, all right, this is way too big of a risk. I don't know if I have the money to, first of all, study in uni.
Life puts a bit of a pressure on you. I think a lot of people have a hard time figuring out what they want to do.
Fear of failure, fear of being embarrassed because you fail.
A lot of us like care too much about what other people think, and like you kind of have to like not think about it and not care.
Like a lot of people who we now know are really successful, they always follow their path, their own path. They pave the path for themselves. They don't listen to others telling them what to do or how to be in the world.
So the last thing I want to ask you guys, basically, what do you think are ways we could like make it easier for like the next generation of people? What can we do as people to make that easier for other people?
I think stop the judgment.
Support them from a young age.
First off, start with making sure there's jobs for that specific career. Giving them counseling where they get the whole description of the career, which would be like honestly good.
I feel like that's almost like a parenting question. 'Cause you just always have to tell your kids to always go for their dreams, I guess.
Not bringing people down, like not like being like, oh, are you sure you want to do
Yeah,
that? Like that kind of
exactly.
stuff. It's like not about bringing them down, it's about bringing people up.
I think the culture and the people around them, their loved ones, they really need to support their dreams step by step. The new generation is coming forth with a really expanded mind, so let's just like nurture that.
I can rest easy, y'all. We got all the interviews done. Yes! I'm glad the people responded. So in the end, what were the results? Do people respect other people having a dream? I interviewed 6 young individuals, and yes, I know the gender disparity is present, but it was not for a lack of trying. After all, I did get a fair share of rejection. By the way, men should go outside more. Just saying. Even then, I was blown away by the responses I got from the various questions I asked. The verdict is yes, having a dream is respected, and you should follow them. Everyone encouraged the idea of people following their dreams and passions, which was something hopeful to see within people. Obviously, we shouldn't glamorize the idea of having a dream. A lot of people agreed on the various hardships, fear of failure, fear of humiliation, and so much more. But people also push the idea of being supportive, being open, and being different. Something that can seriously help the next generation of people if practiced.
I think the biggest thing I'm learning from making the video is that I saw a lot of pessimism in like my neighborhood and thinking no one had a dream, but people actually have really supportive answers. Kind of crazy stuff, honestly.
If you have a dream, you need to protect it, but don't be afraid to embrace it. You may be surprised how many respect it.